So last Saturday here on the channel, I did a video with Legendary Gingerbread Man and Ultra Instinct Paul talking about the possibility of Ultra Instinct silver-haired Goku against Moro and whether or not that will actually work against him and whether or not Moro with 7-3 absorb can just take the power. And we had a whole like 20-minute discussion, so make sure you check that video out. I'll leave a link to it at the end of this one, or actually down below as well, because I want you guys to watch that one before you watch this one, because this video is a follow-up to that video, because UI Paul is back with me here today, and he decided, what wouldn't it be fun if we took 5 of the comments from you guys, from the subscribers of Geekdom 101, and discuss y'all's ideas for the end of this arc, which we did a little bit of it on the stream a couple weeks ago, so we'll do it again here. So we took 5, Paul chose 5 screenshots or 5 comments from you guys that we're going to be discussing here. So, Paul, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Ultra Instinct Paul. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the very first comment here from Legion, who's also a member. If you want to be a member on Geekdom 101, click the memberships button or click on join, and you'll get the video telling you what you get with it. And you can be on a video with me, like Paul is right now, who is an Ultra Instinct tier member, and also, you know, he's Ultra Instinct Paul. So it says, Legion writes, Vegeta can use his new technique and force Moro to split from 7-3. Now, the reason why you chose this is because a lot of people commented that, and a lot of you guys have said that that's what you think is going to happen, but I feel like if it was that easy, there's no drama. I feel like if he could just do that, there's nothing that's going to happen. So I think that Moro will either stop him or the Spirit Fission has some kind of a limit or some kind of a block, because I just don't think that him doing that's going to end the story. There's going to be more to it than that. But what do you think, Paul, about that idea?
So what I heard also a lot of people say was it was going to be that move in tandem with maybe Goku using MUI or the
We
Spirit
we, we
Bomb.
talked about that in the video. Yeah,
We talked about all that.
right.
So, I mean, just Vegeta using that attack alone, I don't think that's going to beat Moro because it's just like, oh, well, he just separated them. That's it. So,
It's not very dramatic at all, if you ask me.
yeah.
So the next one. Now, do you have any other thoughts on that one before we go to the next one?
No, not really. I mean, we did basically cover that one.
Yeah, I have doubts on that happening. So the next one here is from Snipes YT, and he writes, it's going to take Grand Supreme Kai Majin Buu with Goku and Vegeta, because the Grand Supreme Kai has magic abilities himself that once stopped Moro a long time ago. So we did discuss in the past the possibility of Majin Buu absorbing Goku and Vegeta, but that's not really what Snipes is saying. He's saying it could be like a 4-way team up. And I've seen some people say that with Vegeta's Spirit Fission, that he could basically defuse or deabsorb Majin Buu from the Grand Supreme Kai, therefore bringing him back to how he used to be. But I don't think that's even a thing that needs to be done, because Majin Buu has inherited those abilities. So defusing them wouldn't really do anything. But I think he's just talking about more so the Grand Supreme Kai and Majin Buu will be involved in the fight by using their magic to beat Moro, or at least trap him like they did many years ago. But remember, they did not kill Moro. They just kind of, you know, trapped him, I guess you can say. They put him away for a while, but they didn't finish the job. So what do you think about Snipes and his comment about Grand Supreme Kai and Majin Buu being involved?
I mean, yeah, that's another comment I saw a lot looking through. It's a good idea, I guess, but you know, I guess they could have like a team effort where maybe the Grand Supreme Kai finds a way to counter Moro's ability to steal other people's power, and then that allows Goku and Vegeta to deal the finishing blow, however that might be.
So you're saying that you think that the Grand Supreme Kai's going to counter basically 7-3's power is what you're kind of saying?
Basically.
Okay, that's fair, and that could happen. That's definitely a possibility. Now, Rico Evans says, MUI Gogeta has now joined the chat. So, the idea of Gogeta coming in, I personally think that based on a writing perspective, Gogeta is not going to happen in this arc because, number one, we just saw him in the Broly movie, which is the story that happened before this arc. The Broly movie is canonical to both the anime and the manga. That is not up for debate. I've done videos on this. The Broly events happen. So, I think we just saw Gogeta Blue, and I don't think they're going to have Gogeta come back for a while. Now, at the same time, you know, I do think that an MUI Gogeta would be more than enough to beat Moro. I think that is a powerful fighter, you know what I'm saying? But personally, other reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because, like I said in my video with Opie, the theme of this arc is Goku and Vegeta's self-discovery individually as individual fighters. Goku learning more about UI from Merus, and Vegeta going off the train with the yard dress, learning new techniques from them. So them combining back together, it's sort of like they're kind of rehashing what we already saw in the Broly film and rehashing what we said about, oh, you guys should work together someday. And they did that, in the Broly film and also in other parts of the series, also a little bit in the Tournament of Power. So personally, I do not think we're going to see MUI Gogeta yet. I think that at some point we probably will see that, but I don't think it's going to happen in this arc. What do you think?
So yeah, I saw Gogeta, the name, a lot in the comment, and I was a little confused as to why, but I kind of thought about it. And I'm like, oh, I see why people think that, because pretty much every time a villain has fused against Goku and Vegeta, they fuse to fight them, right? Like Boo and Zamasu.
Not
right?
Janemba.
Not Janemba. Right?
or Omega Shenron. So there goes that idea.
Yeah.
Slam dunked it.
But so I could understand why people would think that Gogeta would come back, but I really don't want to see him come back. I mean,
I like how you said. I like how you said every single time they go against Fusion, they use Fusion. We just named 3 in a row they didn't do it, bro. So much for that.
Every single time?
I don't know, bro. Whatever. Only a few times, but so okay. So you don't think it's gonna happen either, then, right?
No, I don't think so.
Fair enough. Okay. No, I hope that it's too soon. I think MUI Gogeta. I think that's something they have in their back pocket. I think MUI Gogeta is going to be a massive, massive thing when it happens. Or MUI Vegito. I think that the toys that they're going to sell for MUI Gogeta are going to skyrocket. I think that when MUI Gogeta becomes available in video games, whether it be a future like fighting game or DLC for Xenoverse 2, that's never going to end apparently. I feel like they maybe could work there, but I don't know. It's too soon if you ask me. So the next comment you sent me is from King. This is a long one, and I think you sent it to me to troll. But all right, here's what King said. All right, King wrote, "Or what if Merus attempts to kill Moro, but is stopped just before he can do it by another angel or the Grand Priest and gets erased? Moro sees it all happen and laughs, and Goku rages at Moro's disrespect and goes into MUI." Well, rage doesn't really cause MUI, but I see why you would say that because it did kind of help in TOP. What were we gonna say?
No. I was gonna be like, oh, I don't want to cut you off, but I mean, you see the problem with this already, right?
Yeah, there's already some issues here, but I do want to keep going with this. He wrote, "I would honestly hate that." So he writes, he's like, I don't know, I want to. He's telling me his idea, but he's like, nah, I don't like this idea, which I like. That he said that he doesn't like the idea. I get the whole point of Goku's long training was to master MUI, but Omen is good enough for now. Well, he's basically saying that he doesn't want Omen he doesn't want you MUI yet, which I agree with. I said this to someone else, but MUI should be a Phantom Goku is chasing throughout the series, but gets closer and closer with each arc. I agree. I completely agree with King on this one. MUI is the ultimate power that Goku cannot master for a very, very, very long time. Maybe 4, 5, 6 arcs down the road. And I'm not kidding. Like, this is something that should take years. Probably won't, but it should. Because Goku can get stronger anyways. So, moving on to what he said, he wrote, MUI will most likely be Goku's peak. Having it now deflates a lot more progress for him in the future. I agree with that. I prefer fusion, but of a different kind in this arc. I love the idea of Boo absorbing Goku and Vegeta to kill Moro. Yeah, we already made a video about that. That's the most interesting, and even though it's fusion, we have never seen them use it this way before. Well, it's absorption, not fusion. Remember, there's a difference between absorption and fusion, and absorption works differently. In fact, I have 2 videos planned, 2 technique guides coming up in the next few weeks, probably next couple months. I have a lot of other videos right now stockpiled, and it's going to be about Cell and Majin Buu's absorption. 2 different videos about it because they work differently. So, I mean, I don't disagree with anything this guy says. I mean, I kind of see his point, but we already talked about that. Boo absorbing Goku and Vegeta to kill Moro. That's been Aegis came up with that idea like weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it was really just the first part that got me.
yeah. I mean, people have been talking about Merus doing something, and I just don't think it's gonna happen, dude. I mean, again, I'm gonna repeat what I said. If Merus is the guy to beat Moro, I'm going to be livid. I'm going to do a rant video about that because it's just, it irritates me when that kind of stuff happens, bro. Like, it needs to be a real story. So the last comment, it's actually 2 comments, and I want to kind of preface it by saying that, I know you guys don't watch all the videos, but you got to keep up with this because the first person here, Elabi Zidane, says, I think Goku will instant transmission to Broly and or other fighters. He will destroy them. Okay, I'm going to repeat this again. Broly is not going to do anything against Moro. It's not going to happen, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Getting Broly to fight Moro is the worst idea they could do because Broly is pure rage energy and all Moro's going to do is absorb it. I've said this I don't know how many times in the past like month or two, but the Broly fanboys just keep talking about Broly. And it's like, listen, I understand you like Broly. I get it. You want to see him come back. Broly is not going to do anything against Moro, dude. It's not going to happen. It's just, what's he going to do? He's not even a good fighter. He's just a big rage monster that's out of control. He doesn't even know how to fight. We have Goku and Vegeta with these advanced techniques. Broly's just a big rage monster. Like, what's he going to do against Moro, bro? Moro will outsmart him instantly.
Exactly. I mean,
So, Harvey Birdman says, Moro's other soldiers in space come across a crude planet with a strong warrior, otherwise known as Broly. They radio the Moro 7-3 fusion and tell him about the warrior. Then Moro uses 7-3 teleportation techniques to go to Vampa and absorb Broly's energy, forcing Ultra Instinct. Boom. How you like that? Geek them 101. So, he's basically saying that Moro 7-3 is going to absorb Broly's energy and that Goku will have to use Ultra Instinct. Now, I'm not sure if he means that Broly's getting UI. I don't think that's going to happen, but he's saying that if Moro absorbs Broly's energy, that Goku will have to go into UI. And I feel like, if I'm being brutally honest, this goes back to what I said like literally like 5 minutes ago, or less than that, 2 minutes ago. If Moro absorbs Broly's energy, I don't think even UI Goku could beat him, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that. I really have a hard time believing that Moro with that much power would actually, well, on top of the power he already has, on top of all the abilities he has, I don't even think MUI Goku could win that one, yo. I mean, again, let us know in the comments what you think, but what do you think, Ultra Instinct Paul?
I mean, so here's the interesting thing about his comment, right? So he wants the return of Broly, which,
right.
Whatever.
Right?
Right?
We talked about that. Broly's coming back. It's just not going to be in this arc. I mean, maybe it will be, but he's not going to do anything as Moro. Continue.
Mm-hmm. And not only does he want Broly to return, but it sounds like he wants Broly to get buried on his return, just to get like squashed by Moro, so that Goku could defeat him in the end. Like, what would be the purpose of that? Nobody would like that. Even if you're a Broly fan.
No, actually, I'll be honest. I think Broly fans would hate that. Like, if they just bring Broly back just to job him out to Moro, like in a very anticlimactic way, and then have Goku beat him, I think Broly fans might actually despise that. I think that part of it's a bad idea. I mean, his idea in theory isn't like the worst idea in the world, because I feel like the idea of somebody kind of manipulating Broly's power for themselves could be a great idea for a future, like, climactic, cataclysm type of thing. This is that's more for like a Dragon Ball Super theatrical movie or something like that, But I feel like this soon, I think Broly needs more development. I think Broly needs to have a stronger relationship with Goku and Vegeta and the other fighters, and he needs to actually become inundated with the team and become a part of the team. If they're going to make him actually help Goku and he becomes a Z fighter, they're going to have to, I think it's going to take a little bit more time to actually get him on their side, which I think a lot of people want. I think a lot of people want Broly to be a Z fighter. I think the idea of a Goku, Vegeta, Broly three-way good guy team would just make everybody wet, if we're being honest here. And I think it could work for a really big arc and a really big storyline, but I think that's for down the road. I feel like this arc is already kind of established. So what do you think?
Also, I just wanted to point something out about the first comment that we read about Broly. He said that that Goku would bring him to the fight. Now here's the thing: Broly is kind of a wild card, right? Like, why would you want to bring him to Earth when he doesn't know how to control his power, and he's probably more dangerous to the Earth than Moro is right now because he can't even control himself.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, that's the thing about Broly is there's still a lot of development that needs to happen with Broly as a character, which I think we are going to get at some point. I think that Dragon Ball Super is far from over. I'm telling you that right now. And I think Broly makes so much money for these guys that if they were smart, and when I say these guys, I mean Toei, Shueisha, everybody. If they were smart, they would kind of develop Broly slowly and eventually lead to him becoming a Z fighter. I mean, we have a potential. Think about this, a potential huge arc with Broly kind of learning about his power and eventually kind of accepting Goku's friendship or vice versa, and Vegeta, of course. That right there is by itself could be like 50 episodes, just developing Broly and just figuring out. Maybe not that many, but I mean, it could be if they write it correctly. So, I mean, I think Broly's future is bright, but I think right now that's not what they're telling. That's not the story they're telling right now. I think right now we're taking a break from Broly and Gogeta because they were the big climax of the movie, and I think we'll get back to them at some point in the future, but I don't think they're going to do it here. That's just my thought. So, all right. Do you have any other final thoughts before we close out of the video?
I mean, after reading all those comments, I'm not excited for the ending of this arc. I'm really not.
Well, I mean, it's just their comments. I mean, we all make our comments. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I don't think it's going to end at all in, I mean, it might end by the end of the year, but I think by, September, October, we're probably still going to be in this arc. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. I think we still have a few more chapters left, so we'll see what happens. But this was fun, and maybe we'll do more of these in the future, just depending on, if we get interesting questions and if you can find some stuff. Not too often, but once in a while, it could work. And we'll do streams. Thank you, Paul, for being here.
No problem, man. It was a pleasure having me. I mean, it was a pleasure that you had me.
It was a pleasure having me, bro. The ego of this guy. Set the programmer style right there. Anyways, thank you again. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.